Well, joining us on that debate tonight, Siddharth Singh, spokesperson for the BJP, Sanjay Jha, spokesperson for the Congress, Shahid Siddiqui, editor of Nai Dunya, and here in the studio with me, Arun Bhagat, former IB chief. But Siddharth Singh, let me begin with you. The Congress is accusing your party and indeed the RSS of communal politics that led to the rise of homegrown terror of the Indian Mujahideen terror group. How are you responding?
Well, Mr. Shakeel Ahmed is factually wrong, because IM is an extension when SIMI got banned and they changed that name. Entire team moved from SIMI to IM. That's a factually known fact, so he is factually incorrect when he makes this accusation, because well, it is more of a political accusation than anything else. But at the same time, what Shakeel Ahmed is doing and the Congress is doing is just not justifying the growth of terrorism in the country or the terrorists in the country, but at the same time sympathizing with the terrorists, that there is a cause for you, forgetting very well that the terrorism in this country has been promoted, abated, and now it is getting a homegrown support within the country, but it is all coming from across the border. So by sympathizing with them and justifying with them, they are somewhere showing that we are, as a nation, we are weak, we are soft on terror, and this government is definitely not keen to fight together on the issue of terrorism. So and secondly, it is more of a political, because they are lost of words how to defend themselves. Even yesterday, the Prime Minister could not do in SOCHM to say how the economy is,
I think there are lots of points that you're making over there, and I will come back to you.
Why there is inflation. So they would like to deflect on all these issues. So beyond that, they don't have anything. But yes, it is a sad day, because the Congress wants to play on terror politics.
The Congress wants to play on terror politics. Sanjay Jha, isn't this an open justification of a terror group's existence? What we've heard today, the tweet that Mr. Shakeel Ahmed first wrote and then defended.
Ankita, firstly, let me tell you that Siddharth Singh should, be a little more responsible in making certain allegations here. The truth is that we are the ones who have been talking about setting up an NCTC to counter terror, and we have seen the kind of political opposition that we have received from the Bharatiya Janata Party, most of it fairly unfounded. But moving on to what Mr. Shakeel Ahmed said, I think the truth is that any society, I'm not talking about just India, but if you look at the history of terrorism, wherever you create a fertile ground for people to have disaffection or have a feeling of injustice, anger and hate, you are going to allow either cross-border, domestic or international organizations that want to disrupt your society.
But Mr. Ahmed didn't talk about cross-border or international terror, Mr. Jha. He spoke specifically about homegrown terror, and he reflected on a particular incident. Now, don't you think it's dangerous to go into a kind of cause and effect theory about the formation of terror groups?
Ankita, the truth is that in reality there is a cause and effect theory. Terrorism just doesn't spring without any reason. If a society is actually in harmony, and that's a basic point that he's making. Let me ask you a question as well, and this is something that Mr. Singh should answer. In the Ishra Jahan case, what is the BJP says that they were terrorists, so why were terrorists coming to kill Narendra Modi? So there is a definite logical reason behind every terror activity. But let me make one fundamental point. It's not just the Gujarat riots, Ankita. I think the terrorism issue really escalated, and this is something that we should not ignore or try to be politically correct about, is after the Babri Masjid demolition. You saw what happened. I live in Mumbai. I saw the Mumbai riots firsthand. I was there when the serial blasts took place in Bombay. Immediately thereafter as a brutal retaliation from cross-border terror, and India has never been the same again. So the Bharatiya Janata Party cannot afford to take a grandstanding position on Mr. Shakeel Ahmed's statement.